Welcome back to Juliette Movie Recap. Let's dive in. Today we're continuing the silo series recap. Down at the very bottom of the silo, the founders poured a massive slab of concrete, nearly 9 meters thick, to hide a gigantic digging machine. Meanwhile, George in the computer repair shop finds this piece of buried history on a hard drive, a computer drive, but he suddenly collapses and dies, leaving his girlfriend, Juliette, completely shattered. Determined to investigate his death, she begs the silo's sheriff, Halston, for help, but the guy leaves no explanation behind. He walks outside and chooses death. George once mentioned there's a door under the water. Juliette wants to go down and check it, but fear hits her hard, because the water ahead is endless, black, and terrifying. Even after coming here again and again, Juliette still can't find the courage to jump in. The next day, Juliette's in the dorm when Shirley wakes her up. Shirley knows Juliette is still grieving her boyfriend. Juliette doesn't want to talk about it. Right then, the whole room starts shaking. They realize the patch on the generator has failed. They rush over and see Cooper already trying to fix it. Juliette snaps and kicks him out, and even throws a punch. After that, the head of mechanical, Knox, confronts Juliette, but she refuses to admit she went too far. She insists only she should be in the turbine chamber, even though Cooper is basically her trainee. Yeah, that's a bit much. Juliette says they must shut the generator down for repairs, or the blades will eventually snap, and it could take the entire generator with it. Knox doesn't want to gamble with that, because up until now, no one has ever voluntarily shut the generator down. They start yelling at each other over it. Knox tells Juliette to sober up, then come back and talk. When the mayor comes down to the down deep, Judicial's people immediately notice her. As she passes Judicial's door, the mayor purposely pauses for a moment, making sure the judge's guards see her. Clearly, she's fed up with Judicial spying on her every move. She heads to the IT office in mid-levels, and greets the boss there, Bernard. Bernard recommends a candidate for the new sheriff. From the file, you can tell, this person looks like the best choice on paper, but he's it. So of course Bernard has his own agenda. The mayor then asks about Juliette's background. Bernard bluntly calls her a thief. She once stole 4 rolls of IT tape. Not exactly trustworthy, right? But the mayor says it straight. Halston named her as his choice before he died. Bernard is shocked. He thought the mayor would never pick her, especially with Judicial pressuring her, but the mayor refuses to compromise. Bernard doesn't want to get dragged into their power struggle, so he warns her, every day without a sheriff, the odds of disaster only go up. The sheriff keeps order inside the silo, so she needs to choose someone fast. After reaching the mid-levels, the crowd warmly welcomes the mayor. Seeing the excitement, she's touched and says, "The people of the mid-levels are truly wonderful, a sweet speech, and a great way to win votes." Next, she visits the doctor in the fertility ward, because he's Juliette's father. They want to learn more about Juliette through him. What the mayor can't understand is, why a girl born in the mid-levels ended up running off to mechanical in the down deep. That's not normal. The doctor says after her mother died when she was young, Juliette became obsessed with machines, fixing broken things, making them work again. That's her happiness. As her father, he could only support her. At 13, Juliette asked to transfer down to mechanical, and for the past 2 years, because of work, they've barely spoken at all. He's busy with pregnancy checkups, and uses it as an excuse to cut the talk short. Looks like father and daughter have serious issues. Juliette confides everything to Martha. The water below is so deep it scares her to death. George left a ton of clues behind, but she just can't do it. All that anger has nowhere to go, so she takes it out on her own trainee. Juliette wants to run from it, but everything feels way too real. At the park, Bernard talks about the past, saying he's old now and just wants a quiet life. But right as he finishes, Sims from Judicial shows up with fresh strawberries, claiming it's a little gift from the judge. The mayor doesn't even bother thanking them. She walks past Judicial without saying hello, and that clearly ticks the judge off. Sims drops the small talk, and immediately pushes their preferred candidate, telling the mayor to consider it. "Are you trying to tell me how to do my job?" The mayor doesn't even look at him. She shuts him down cold. No polite conversation tonight. Sims has no choice but to leave. And right then, the generator's vibrations grow stronger and stronger. Even the mayor notices it down in mechanical, and asks Knox what's going on. Knox says everything is under control, but anyone who knows machines can tell the generator is in trouble. Juliette arrives and presses her ear to the casing. Knox finally understands how serious it is. He rushes over to talk with Juliette. The vibration pattern has changed. They can't delay the repair anymore. If they want the generator to keep running, Juliette has to enter the furnace chamber to inspect it. The tension is so thick everyone holds their breath. Luckily, it goes smoothly. Juliette successfully relieves pressure in the turbine room. After the immediate crisis is handled, the mayor goes to see Martha. They used to be close friends when they were younger. She's here for one reason, to hear what Martha truly thinks about Juliette. After digging into Juliette's record, the mayor finally meets her face to face, and lays out the situation. One of the mayor's duties is appointing a sheriff, and the next sheriff is chosen by the previous one. So why did Halston pick her? After careful thought, the mayor decides she's appointing Juliette as the new sheriff, starting now. But Juliette instantly refuses. She says mechanical is where she belongs. If the generator doesn't run, The entire silo doesn't run, period. The mayor respects her choice. But before leaving, she hands Juliette what Holston left behind. The sheriff's star badge. At first, Juliette doesn't notice anything strange about it. After the mayor walks away, Juliette tells her co-workers, and everyone is confused. Why would Holston recommend her for sheriff in the first place, while they're still trying to process it? Someone spots a detail on the badge. Engraved on the back, truth. Juliette studies it, her face turning deadly serious. And just like that, she changes her mind. As the mayor is about to leave, Juliette rushes over, stops them, and says she'll accept the sheriff job, but on one condition: she has to finish fixing the generator first, and to do the repair properly. They must shut the generator down, because this is deadly serious. If they can't fix it, the entire silo will fall into darkness. To back Juliette up, the mayor issues an emergency broadcast to all residents. At 10 p.m. tonight, power will be cut. Repairs will take 8 hours. During that time, the silo will be in complete darkness. Everyone must stay inside. Anyone who breaks the order will be arrested. Juliette explains the generator problem. Something damaged it over the past 35 years. Even a tiny chip can cause a small vibration that grows and grows, until the whole generator tears itself apart. After identifying the issue, Juliette lays out the repair plan. But once the generator is off, the heat chamber will start overheating fast, so they must fix everything before the chamber explodes. If they're lucky, they finish in an hour. Then Shirley points out the true nightmare scenario. They have to hurry, finish repairs before the chamber detonates. Otherwise, the consequences are unthinkable. Knox immediately assigns the team. Juliette leads the hunt for the generator fault, while everyone else supports her. At the same time, to keep order in the silo, Bernard sends patrols out. No surprises, no chaos. The silo has never lost power before, so people are terrified. The moment the clock hits 10, Knox kills the power. The entire silo drops into darkness. In an instant, the cafeteria screen flashes blue for a split second. When emergency power kicks in, everyone is panicking, not believing what they just saw. And now even more people start to suspect. What else is the silo hiding? Repairs begin. The outer casing is removed. What they see shocks them. The blades are seriously damaged. Once the generator stops, Juliette and Cooper climb up fast, fighting for every second. They pull the broken blade free. But Cooper, shaking with stress, drops it down below. Knox immediately orders it taken for emergency repair. Every second passes like a lifetime. Pressure inside the heat chamber keeps rising, while mechanical works non-stop. The mayor can't sleep from anxiety. She goes to Bernard, and they head out to check on the people, because the whole silo is thinking the same thing. What if the power never comes back? What if the water below rises and drowns them? What if a lunatic reaches the top level and releases poison gas? Life and death in this silo can flip in a heartbeat. The mayor knows it too. The political war has drained her dry. Right now, she only wants to be with the one she loves. They clearly care about each other, but the pact forces them to hold back, so they swallow their feelings. And the danger keeps closing in. Time keeps slipping away. Pressure climbs higher and higher. The chamber door heats up until it glows red. Seeing how bad it's getting, Knox says they only have minutes left. If this drags on, the heat chamber will definitely explode. No question. But the time they have isn't enough. They need more time, and Juliette decides to cool the chamber down herself. She rushes down, opens the hatch, grabs a water hose, and storms inside. Shirley quickly opens the valve, and Juliette blasts water onto the glowing hot door. The pressure drops, visibly. Juliette's move buys them a little more time. But water can't fully beat the heat. The flames won't truly die down. A manual fix can't solve it permanently. Pressure surges again, and water in the chamber keeps rising. But, thank God, the blade is finally repaired. Cooper races to reinstall it. The water is already up to Juliette's neck. Pressure hits the breaking point. The gas line starts cracking apart. At the last second, Knox prays for a miracle. And somehow, before the blast, Cooper finishes locking the blade in place. He yanks Juliette up immediately, and everyone nearly collapses from fear. Juliette finally climbs out alive. In the critical moment, Knox vents the pressure. The generator stabilizes. The silo survives this disaster. When the power comes back, light floods every level. People cheer. Everyone breathes again. Before leaving mechanical, Juliette gives George's item back to Martha, hoping she can figure out what it really is. After saying goodbye to Shirley, Juliette flips Holston's badge over. 2 words carved in, truth. That's the signal Holston left for her. One day before he left the silo, Holston loosened the screw on a vent cover, so he definitely hid something in their home. Maybe the truth Juliette has been searching for. But the truth still hasn't fully surfaced, because another conspiracy is already forming inside the silo. After the mayor signs Juliette's appointment papers, she suddenly feels unwell. She goes into the bathroom and doesn't come out. Bernard senses something is wrong, and kicks the door in. The mayor has been poisoned, collapsed on the floor. So who poisoned the mayor? What role does Judicial really play in this silo? And that blue sky and white clouds on the screen? Will it spark a brand new riot? What happens next? We'll find out in the next episode.